Hey, how's it going? Good? Good. Me? I'm freezing as hell right now, so, yeah, gotta deal with that for this review. But anyways, Bugonia. This kidnapping plot we've seen before in movies like Fargo or even Misery is now being presented by Yorgos Lanthimos, although now he adds an alien twist to it, loosely based off of the movie Save the Green Planet. He's a filmmaker I've come to really love over the years, with my absolute favorite being Poor Things. That's the kind of movie where you can see the brilliance sitting in every frame, the expressive nature, uncompromising vision of the world, and the exploration of those characters made it a wild ride that flew by. This new film, Bugonia, however, is pretty scaled back, and that is not a slight at all. A story like this only really calls for a select few locations to film at. What's surprising to me, though, is that this is Yorgos' highest budget film. Now, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy this movie overall, but I was kind of shocked to see that the budget was this massive for how the movie turned out. It could be that it was shot on VistaVision, which again is another odd choice given for what the film is, but it does make the movie look very good. I guess I'll get that out of the way right now. Every Lanthimos film is shot beautifully, and this is no exception. I love his use of dollies and wide shots throughout. You get a really great sense of the environment in each scene you're in. The movie can be really funny and really disturbing on the flip of a switch. There's a Wes Anderson preciseness to some of the comedic bits too and how they're directed that I can't help but crack up when I see them. Or, feel an intense sense of dread whenever I'm supposed to feel that way. But yeah. Back to the comedy side, though. There's a moment with Jesse Plemons in a chair in this. Look out for that in particular because I couldn't hold back my laughter in the theater. The score from Jerskin Fendrix was also really great. I've heard a lot of people complain that it can feel too overbearing at points, and I can understand where they're coming from, but I don't know. I feel like it elevated a lot of parts to the movie and got me thinking about what I was looking at more often than not. The performances are also really solid in this too, with Aidan Delbus being a standout. His conflicting emotions towards his cousin and his own beliefs probably kept my attention throughout the entire movie. When you really think about it, he's the most relatable character, yet he's already so far removed from reality that it's sad to see him desperately trying to rationalize the situation. It's even more impressive considering the fact that this is the actor's first ever movie role. Now, while this isn't a bad film at all, there are some criticisms I do have with it. From the get-go, there are only really 3 options you can take to how the twist of the story plays out. She's an alien, she's not, or it's left open to interpretation. This isn't inherently an issue, but I don't feel as if the movie gave me enough to think about with these options already being established. When it gets to a certain point in the story, it becomes evidently clear what the metaphor is, and I couldn't help but feel that the movie didn't have enough to say on the matter, without getting into spoilers, leading to a rather predictable yet satisfying ending to a certain extent. Definitely conflicted on how I feel about it, for sure. There are points too where the flow of the story can feel a bit repetitive. A lot of that could come from Jesse Plemons or Teddy's dialogue, which is meant to make you question his sanity for sure. But it's a fine line between finding that point and feeling just ever so slightly repetitive with how he speaks. He is doing a great job, though, along with Emma Stone in the performance side. Despite having faults with this, I still had a really good time watching this, and I would highly recommend checking this out in the theaters while you can. It's unfortunately not doing too well in the box office right now, and if you're curious, I would recommend you go check this out in theaters, even if you don't end up liking it. But I definitely enjoyed this movie a lot, and I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. And that is not an IGN type of 7 out of 10. That is a good 7 out of 10. Okay, people? Learn how ratings work. Just saying. Bye-bye.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my